The world did not end. It unraveled. Crops grew but never ripened. Storms gathered but never broke. Wounds closed but never healed. The dying could not cross. Children were born without a cry. Gods still walked among men. Faith became conditional. Prayers stopped halfway. Something rose from that silence. It called itself the Hollow. Kalen was not a hero. He stayed when others advanced. He stitched flesh. He prayed for endings. On the 7th year of war, a soldier lay dying. Kalen made no prayer. He gave his shadow. The boy lived. Kalen began to fade. He returned home changed. You are lighter now. That will cost you. Miriah remembered everything. God's fear forgetting more than death. Then she forgot a name. Then she forgot him. Something was taking her memories. The woman who preserved the past was being erased from her own. No God answered. The Hollow spoke. I am unfinished faith. She remembers what mortals tried to forget. Bring me what gods are made of, freely given. High where storm clouds are born, Perun stood with lightning frozen in his fist. I need the moment before the strike, the choice not to destroy. Power is easy. Restraint is what it costs to deserve it. Now you carry the weight of choosing not to destroy. On the road where sparks rise from the world's first forge, Ogun watched the fire like a memory. I want the first path, when cutting was just opening, not dividing. The moment when something becomes two things. I share the weight of what cutting costs. Beneath green light and river shadow, Osiris sat, green-skinned, eyes old. I want the memory of being broken without guarantee of return, death without promise, the choice to reassemble, the power to continue through breaking. At 9 shifting gates, the wind changed direction. 1 blade for each child, 1 threshold for each cemetery. I don't cause death, I escort it. I make sure no one walks alone. The breath between worlds, ending is not the same as being alone. I share my burden, not my weakness. In the crushing dark where light has never reached, his trident gleamed with steady patience. I want what holds life together, not the raging sea, the gentle sea. Water in the womb, in every cell, what wears down mountains by never stopping. I give you necessity, not violence. I remain who I have always been. Kalen returned. The Hollow began weaving the pieces into one working. If these pieces left the gods, divinity would become distance, cold, unreachable. He refused that trade. He absorbed them. Mortal flesh became vessel. He stood before the Hollow not as supplicant, but as equal. I offer what I have already given away, my shadow, my name, my willingness to bear what gods cannot hold alone. I was never meant to rule, only to be acknowledged. The affliction can be transferred, memory restored to her. The unraveling will pass into you. He agreed. He froze her unraveling with restrained thunder. He cut away the fracture with iron consequence. He anchored her spirit with remembered mortality. He breathed change gently back into her lungs. He contained the pressure within himself. Miriah opened her eyes. She remembered the first myth she ever spoke. By the 3rd hour, Kalen forgot her favorite color. By the 6th, her birthday. By the 9th, the reason he had come. He forgot his shadow had ever been missing. He became the quiet space between belief and abandonment, the hollow, but hollow with purpose, not ruler, not void, but witness. Perun hesitates before burning a forest. Ogun melts a blade meant for cruelty. Osiris judges with gentler measure. Oya grants one more breath at thresholds. Poseidon pulls back a wave. Moriah continued telling stories. Sometimes she tells of a man who once stood without a shadow. She cannot recall his name, but when she speaks of him, storms pause. Somewhere between altars, the hollow remains, the answer to the prayer that says, "I cannot finish this alone." The 5 pieces were never taken, they were shared. Some prayers are not answered, they are finished by someone else. This is Gods of the World.